Hello, everyone. Happy 8 p.m. What's going on? Today's topic is moving forward when life isn't going your way. I think, let's see, where do I start from here? I think sometimes life isn't always going our way. And I think the summary or the conclusion of today is when life isn't going our way, sometimes we just got to keep pushing forward and just keep pushing forward. That's what I have. Today, why this conversation is coming to mind for myself is that uh, even though life is good today, life is great. Today was a little bit of a rougher day, filled with a little bit more anxiety for me, and I just realized like even if I'm having a not so great day, it's confusing. It's like it was a good day, but emotionally it was challenging. Like there's anxiety. Maybe it was just a bunch of different things going on. A lot of presentations coming up that I'm just working and making sure that I'm doing well. But anyway, I would say the conclusion of my thought of the day is that when life is kind of tough. And I think sometimes action is the best solution for getting things done and carrying things. So, yes, with that being said, I believe what kind of kept me moving forward for today was just staying on top of the tasks that I had and just completing it all. Goodness gracious. Okay. So, yes, really, the point of this topic of today is I want to create an open conversation, and I think a lot of times, life is not always perfect for us. We always have moments where we feel a bit stuck or something's going on, and I'm thinking about a good friend of mine from high school who recently just messaged me and talked about how he's just going through a tough time, and for myself, Laura, good to see you. Thanks for the like. Um, for myself, sometimes I feel like we get stuck into these little moments where it's a struggle. So I want to. I guess I'll talk a little bit about myself for just a second here. Um, yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to balance here. So when I think about when I get okay, ooh, pause. When I think about getting stuck sometimes I get into these little emotional funks, and I think a lot of us do this. We start feeling this negative energy, we start feeling anxiety, and our next step after feeling anxiety is oftentimes going to our outlets or going towards our, let's see, what is it called? That thing that comforts us. It's our little escape. So for me in the past, my escape was playing video games, or sometimes it's eating. It's emotionally eating. It's just avoiding the challenge that we have. And I realize when even if we're not intentionally trying to hurt ourselves emotionally or whatever mentally, whatever it is, for myself, I feel like when we avoid the thing that we should be doing, uh, oftentimes it ends up hurting us. We start feeling bad about ourselves. We know we should be doing the work, but we're like, I don't feel like it. I'm feeling anxiety. So when when that anxiety hits, when we start feeling bad and negative, I don't think avoidance is a great strategy for us uh, to feel good about ourselves. And I think really the solution is if we're feeling bad, I think it is okay. I think we get to take a little bit of time for ourselves to kind of recover, to get back in the game, um, I don't know how to say it, like center ourselves so we can keep going. And another thing that kind of kills that anxiety is just taking action. So I feel like this month, the month of February, or maybe even January, just the past month or so, a huge theme for me has just been action. It's literally just like stop overthinking things and just do it. And I realize when we actually take action and do things, it actually tackles our problems. Like, there's some work that I've been putting off or like I've been pushing away because it's been like, I don't feel like doing it. But I realize once I actually do it, it's not that bad. And I feel better for doing it. So, yeah. I'm going to say right now in this moment, I feel a little bit of anxiety, but it's okay. Like I'm still kind of pushing through, and I know that I still got to kind of clean up these conversations or kind of figure out, what is causing my anxiety. Is it work? Is it personal stuff? Is it uh, whatever finances? Like what's causing the anxiety? And I will get there. But for the time being, I'm doing my best to not kind of sit in that. I'm doing my best to not sit in that negativity, in that anxiety, and to kind of just keep pushing forward. But at the same time, the real part of it is that anxiety is still there. It's. I know there's a better way of handling this and thinking about this. Anyway, so Jay Ronan, hey, what's up, brother? Good to see you on, and Kitty Marie, good to see you on as always. Why the sad face? um, Kevin Bo, I see you. Thanks for hopping on. All right. Um, Goodness, life. There's so many different thoughts of life all the time. I'm just thinking. This is. I'm gonna go off topic for just a second here. Why? Because it's just a little thought that just came to my mind, and the thought that I just had was, Kevin. This is like even before you hopped on, but so I just started like we'll call it like a little mini coaching slash accountability group with the Own Your Life Challenge, and we have weekly calls, which are great. That's like easy accountability, as in like it's easy to hop on these calls and figure things out like that, like talk live. But then another thing was created, which was a messenger group, so we could all talk to each other and talk about what are our challenges and things like that. And my little thought that I had, this is very open, is I enjoy engaging with people, but one thing that's like challenging for me is sometimes like my schedule is just like the way my schedule is scheduled is like I do work, I relax, I eat lunch, I do my thing, and in a way, like right now I'm trying to be mindful of how I kind of spend my energy. So I do want to engage with people, but it's like how do I balance what are responding back to comments and questions and things like that. Like I've gotten there's an email sitting in my inbox for like the past 2 days that I want to reply back to, but it's like it's balancing. So that's one thing I'm definitely working on. Yeah. So just random side thoughts. I think there's something more conversation that we could have in that, but I'm just gonna pause it right there for now. Kitty, you're saying you're having trouble with something that sounds like it's not, sounds like fill us in, fill us in. Sounds like the normal, challenges all the time. But yeah, fill us in. Hopefully, things get better. Taking action is important. Okay, I have not done my habit since last year. Yay! But these scars, I hope they fade. But just in case, how can I learn to love them? Time, effort, practice. That's how you learn to love your scars. Uh, I don't think there is a magic formula for loving your scars. I think it just takes time and effort. It's about being aware. It's about actually uh, actively working on changing the story that you have regarding your scars. So I think sometimes people think there is a magical solution, like, let's watch some videos, look for some tips, and then that will help us. Yes, I do think there are certain, whatever, tactics or ways of thinking that might support you, but at the end of the day, it's like the only way you're ultimately going to, I guess you could say, heal yourself or change your mindset is by putting in the work, time and effort. Like that's it. So the good news is it's pretty straightforward. It's like when you put in time and you put in effort, you'll get better. And that's the beautiful thing about life. It's a beautiful thing when I think about my own life too. I have my own challenges that I go through every single day. Um, I have that challenge. My current challenge, and something that's always been with me for the longest time, is just that whole like I'm constantly in this mindset of overthinking, and when I overanalyze things, it oftentimes creates, you could say, some sadness in my life. And in a way, like today was a great example. Today was a fantastic day. It was awesome, and I feel like today should have been one of those days where I should have just been happy. Like life should have just been good because life is good. There's so many amazing things happening in my life right now, but I let the anxiety part of it. So like, let's say, I don't know how to describe this. Like, let's say there's like this huge mound, and all of this is happiness. And in this little quadrant, let's say this whole screen is happiness. This is my day. It's amazing. Let's say in this tiny little area right here is anxiety. It's the problems that I have right now. And what's interesting to me is how our minds work. Because for me, it's like I have so many amazing things happening in my life that I should be grateful, and I am to some extent. But guess where my attention is focused? My attention has been focused in right here, this little area that has all the anxiety and the pressure and kind of like that negative energy. So why is it that I'm focusing on this tiny little area when I have so much greatness and happiness and joy in my life? So I think as human beings, it's that's mindset. It's how do we shift our mindsets to, instead of focusing on the negative, to focus on the positive, like all the good things that are going on in our lives. So if you're feeling kind of negative, or if you're feeling kind of down, uh, in my opinion, I want to challenge you. I want to invite you to look at, what really is the reality of your life. Is your life really that bad? And I don't know. Some people are going to argue, yes, it's awful, whatever it is. But I want to argue that life is probably better than we think it is. I think oftentimes when we get into a negative space, we tend to feel like everything is, the world's against us, everyone's against us. Life is challenging, all that stuff. So yeah, my practice right now is how do I just focus on just continuing to be more grateful, continuing to be more happy, and appreciate what I have, because it's all mindset. It's happiness is a choice, and it's every single day I'm just constantly working towards stop focusing on the anxiety, the negative pieces, and just focus on the bigger picture. So yeah. Alrighty, let's see here. Kitty says the scars remind you of the dark times. What would you do if you had these scars? How would you feel, Richard? Oh, let's see. So if I had those scars, what would I do? That's a great question. I Give me a second. Let me put myself into that position. I could relate in some ways. It's kind of silly. It's not the same thing, but I have um how do I say this? I have my own scars, physical, not the same kind of scars, but like just things that I can't really change about my body. And do I love them? I can't say I love, certain parts of my body that I can't change, but um, for me, it's like I don't focus on it. That's kind of my way of doing it. Like, number one, it's accepting. It's accepting that these scars or whatever I have, it is what it is. Like I have these scars, and I'm not going to let these scars define me. They are part of me, who I am, but I'm not going to let it define me. I'm not going to focus on this. These scars are who I am. This is my past. This is what defines me now. That's not what it is. For me, it's like, cool. I got these scars. Um, that's okay. Like it happened. It's there, and I'm not going to focus on it. Like I'm going to choose to focus on, you could say, the other parts of my body. Choose to focus on the other parts of my character, whatever it is. And yeah, that's what I'll say. It's like with me, if we're talking, if we just focus on the physical sense, it's like this. That's funny. This is silly. I feel really silly talking about this, but when I when you talk about scars, like for me, oh, this is weird. Anyway, I think about like it's like I have these weird like stretch marks or something like that. I don't know what it is. I think it's stretch marks. Was it because I was chubby? Maybe. I don't know. But I have these weird stretch marks. Anyway, um, I can't really get rid of them. They're just there. This is so random. You're the first person I've ever told that I have stretch marks. Um, so for me, it's like I don't focus on them. know, like they're just there. I don't focus on them. I choose to focus on other areas of my body. So I think I don't know. Can you relate with this inner scars? You know, it's is that kind of similar? It's like we can't control it. It's there. Just focus on something else. So that's what I do. And for me, hopefully this is a little bit relevant. We're gonna get a little bit more personal slash vulnerable in a way. But so some of you, for anyone who doesn't know, yes, I do want. First of all, yes, I want to hear something funny. So go for it. Um, for those of you who don't know, I grew up always overweight, and that was like my whole life. And right now, I'm not overweight. For a very small percentage of my life, I've not been overweight. Well, right now is one of those moments. So, um, it's like I don't focus on my stretch marks. I focus on continuing to better myself, continuing to exercise, eat healthy. Of course, I'm not perfect with my exercise or diets, but I continue to strive forward and be that better person. So that's what I have. And going back to the topic of today, which is moving forward when life isn't going your way. Moving forward when you keep focusing on the negative stuff. We keep focusing on that one little that the thing that causes anxiety and negativity. So moving forward for me is like instead of focusing on that one little negative space, focus on everything else that's amazing in your life. Don't focus on your scars. Appreciate, accept that this is part of your story. But it doesn't define who you are. You get to create your own definition of who you are, and as do I. We all do. So yeah, it's move forward. Perfect. That's today's topic. Move forward. Don't focus on what's not supporting you in a way. Yeah. Let's see here. Um, yes, Kitty, I'm waiting to hear what's funny for you. People, whoever's on right now, thanks for hopping on. I think today it looks like we have more viewers than usual. I see at least like a dozen people on Facebook who tune in and out at least. So that's really awesome. But I appreciate the consistent support that I see from a lot of you on. I don't know who's still on right now, but Kevin Kim, I don't know who's on right now again. Kevin Kim, let's see, Kevin Vo, Tim, Marine, Danielle, Ron, Rez, Richard, De La Fuente. And new faces on here too. I see some new faces on, which is awesome. So thanks for tuning in. By the way, if I didn't mention you, it's because I might not see, based off privacy settings, who's hopping on or not. Let's see. You already posted it. It is above. What? I'm not clear. Kitty, I'm not sure. Want to hear something funny? I already posted. Did I miss something? I don't know if your comment is not showing up or what, because I don't see anything, any other comment below. Want to hear something funny? It goes from want to hear something funny and drops into I already posted it. That's all. So, let me know. Okay. So, let's see. What's the solution? All right. So I want to talk. I want to talk a little bit further on. Let's go into how do we move forward when life isn't going our way, when we're feeling this negativity and we don't feel motivated. Um, Honestly, one thing that has supported me, and again, this is going to be different for everyone depending on where you are in your current situation. But for myself, one thing that has helped me keep pushing forward when I'm not feeling great and I don't feel like doing things is um, number one. It's kind of like it's like kind of like this knowing, this knowing of like there's a part of me that knows that like I want to do what's right versus what's like easy in a way. So a quick example is um, let's see, the girl I'm dating, Christine. She went for a run, and I was just like, huh. I was wondering. Like, man, I feel like I should go. I don't feel like going for a run, so I'm like, I'm not gonna go run. So, but then I thought about it, and I thought, I really should be exercising today. I know I don't feel like it right now, but I feel like I really should be exercising right now. So I just made like a quick split second decision, and I'm like, okay, let's go for a run. So it was just little decisions like that that supported me. Um, what else do I have here? Mm, oh, another thing is like, I don't know how relevant this is, but like just these little thoughts of like, I remember I was feeling anxious and just like in this negative state earlier today, and I noticed on my calendar it said, whatever, like 1 hour of work, and instead of allowing myself to kind of brew and spend a lot of time in this negative energy, I was like, you know what? Instead of focusing on that like the anxiety, negativity, I'm just gonna do exactly what my calendar says for me to do, which is do work for an hour. So uh, that's what I did. I jumped straight back into work, and it wasn't perfect, but it was still pretty good. And by just doing work, it helped me stop focusing on the negativity. So I guess translating back to you, a quick little tip is if you're feeling anxious and you don't feel like you should be doing, you're feeling unmotivated, whatever it is. Sometimes when we actually take the action, even though it's very, very uncomfortable to like be like, oh man, I don't feel like doing it. Okay, let's just do it. Sometimes when we take the action, it can actually change our state of mind. It can make us kind of forget and not focus on that negativity and just focus on being productive and positive. Okay, so let's see. I'm not hearing any responses, Kitty. I was waiting, but I don't see anything. I want to keep this pretty brief for today as well. Again, I appreciate people, Kitty, anyone else who hopped on. I just want to continue staying productive for this evening and kind of prep for my presentation that's happening tomorrow, which I'm really excited about. I'm speaking at my middle school that I went to when I was a little kid. So that's super exciting for me, and I'm just super excited that I get an opportunity to really just like connect with like kind of like the future generation of the middle school that I went to growing up, which is awesome. So tomorrow I get to present a 3 hour leadership workshop to the leadership students, and yep, just overall excited. Still a little anxious with like all these different things going on, but I'm just gonna focus. I'm going to do the work that I get to do this week. This week's going to be a really busy week, so don't be surprised if my live streams are a little bit shorter this week compared to the previous hour and a half, 2 hour live streams that I used to do. Yeah, time is precious. So I get it right now. It's on when I say time is precious for me. It's like it's balance. It's balancing both work, getting the work done, but also respecting my space, respecting time for myself to relax, and also connecting with all of you as well. I think you all are very important in my life, and it's I would say the one challenge sometimes is you could say I'm a little bit more of an introvert. So I definitely enjoy hopping onto these live streams and engaging in conversation with all of you. But at the same time, it's also draining at the same time, if that makes sense. But I do enjoy it. So, yeah, it's honestly like live streams for me create opportunities for me to just connect, which is really, really connect or connection is one of my core words. If not, my one word is connection. So, um, yes, that's one thing that I am continuing to work on. All right, I'm gonna read comments, and after that, I'm gonna hop off or summarize and then hop off. So if you got any last comments, now's the time to drop some comments. And yeah, let's go. Let's do this. All right, so I see some comments on YouTube. Richard De La Fuente, good to see you on. Thank you so much for hopping on. I saw that you hopped on both YouTube, Facebook, and Richard De La Fuente. It's good to see you as always. I didn't want to go to English writing class. It sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. Sometimes, sometimes we just gotta push ourselves and just do it anyway. Nessa Bomb says, "I appreciate your positivity. Thank you very much, and keep it up. Thank you very much. I appreciate that a lot." Kitty says, "Are you busy lately?" Yes, I've been pretty busy lately. My calendar for this week is packed. It's like wake up at 6, go to sleep at 11:30, and just busy all day long. But a good kind of busy, a good kind of like balance between work, but also taking time for myself, it's a nice balance. And I have like what, two presentations coming up, a convention coming up. I got like a training that I'm doing, like just a bunch of different things going on. So, yes, it's been a pretty busy week, but I like it. It's great. Yeah, let's see. Let's see. Oh goodness, Kitty, I'll answer those questions in a future date. Okay, in a future date. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. Let's see here. Let's see. Kitty says, "How beautiful and rare is it for us to even exist?" Saturn song by Sleeping at Last. I like it. I like it. Uh, Keely says, "Hey, Keely, good to see you on. Long. I was going to say long time no see. It hasn't been that long, but it's great to hear from you again. Am I watching the Olympics? Honestly, I'm not watching the Olympics. It's just, I think Olympics are fun. I might watch some, throughout the, was it, how many weeks? Is it just 2 weeks that it's on? Maybe if I have time. If downtime, chill time, maybe I'll watch some Olympics. But for now, I have not been watching it. Yeah, 2 weeks. Good to know. Thank you. All right, so feel free to drop any last minute comments if you have any. I'm going to wrap up with today's topic. Today's topic is move forward when life isn't going your way. And for me, again, it's like sometimes, a lot of times, I would say for many of us, life isn't going perfect. We have that negative feeling. We feel anxious. We feel sad or depressed, or just we're unmotivated. And like, what do we do? What next? Like I don't feel like doing anything. I just feel like binge watching Netflix, or my favorite TV show, or playing video games, or playing Mortal Kombat, or haha, little joke for Kitty Marie. Or eating Oreos. Oh goodness, this is getting personal now. Let's see what else is there, or like whatever it is. So if we're feeling stuck in that way, sometimes the best thing we could do is just to keep pushing forward. If we get stuck and we allow ourselves to sit there for too long, I think we start feeling bad about ourselves. So I think the solution is to just keep pushing forward and take action. I think action is kind of the antidote for a lot of our problems, because our problems don't solve themselves, but action does. So there we go. Alrighty, let's see. Cool. Hey everyone. Thank you. Thank you for hopping on for tonight. I'm going to leave the live stream right there as it is. I appreciate the engagement. Keely, Katie Marie, anyone else who's on right now. Sorry, I just had a random thought. Chloe. Because I didn't know your name until you mentioned it very, very recently. AKA yesterday. I don't know why. Anyway, I just want to say thank you for the engagement and the opportunity to connect with all of you. It's always fun. I enjoy it, and it's a part of who I am. So it brings me joy to do so. Okay. With that being said, have a wonderful evening, and remember to continue taking action and move forward from whatever challenges that you're having. And we're here to support you, and we're all here to support each other. Okay. We'll connect soon. Take care. Bye. Good night.